Should desecrate the Gallic holy sites. How would I even know where those are? Oh, it's these things, isn't it? They have some out here. Wait, no they're not. These are mine. Ceres and Juno. Yeah, there are none in my realm. Man, there are a lot of holy sites for Hellenic. Blimey. And in fact, if we take a look at the religion now, we have Hercules, which would give discipline and national noble happiness. Passive discipline instead of passive morale. Hercules could be good instead of Mars, although Mars is so typically Roman. That one we can't switch. Jupiter could be Juno, which is passive population capacity. The problem is we've got the head temple of Jupiter in our capital. And then Venus. We can have Ceres instead, who has population capacity as well. Or Diana, which is food. So this is capacity versus growth. At the moment, there is still a lot of space. So I think we're going to go with the growth. The next big question is, what's our population like compared to Carthage? So we now have 3,100. Carthage has 2,900, so we have eclipsed them. Avernia is at 700, Oskia is at 200, Macedon's at 3,400. So Macedon's still bigger than we are. Seleucids are much bigger. Parthia is smaller. Egypt. I mean, us, Egypt, and Carthage, we're all pretty similar. And Macedon. Seleucids are a fair bit bigger. Parthia is a fair bit smaller. So it really is the Seleucids who are the strongest at the moment. What about Phrygia? Much smaller. And the Antigonids. Hey Marshall. And if you run out of space, you can just conquer more. That's true. Brazilian Mike, thank you very much for the follow. And Jens, welcome to the channel. Vabis DK coming in with a 10-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, Vabis. It's not my fault that she fell off the horse and hit my spear. Awesome. Please ask before putting links in. I get what you're saying, but please ask. Okay, so what are we doing? We are choosing which mission to do next. So we have got subduing Greece, which is going after Greece and Macedon. We got the first Provincia, which is conquer, subdue, or colonize the islands of Corsica, Sardinia, and Sicily. So that would be the First Punic War for Sardinia. Fight against Syracuse and trying to take over the rest of Sicily, and then finishing the colonization of Corsica. Growth of Magna Graecia. So this is like the Latia one, which was building up Rome and its environs. This one's building up the south of Italy. So we would build up Capua, which is actually our second city. Capua Huzzah! Is a really, really important position for us because it's where a lot of our manpower comes from. And that would increase the food supply and develop maritime trade. Or we can do the Matter of Italia, which I thought we'd already finished. Oh no, sorry, the Matter of Italia is once we've taken out all of this. So I think Matter of Italia I'm going to drop for now until we've taken these. So it's going to be subduing Greece, First Provincia, or growth of Magna Graecia. Then once we've got this, then we can do the Matter of Italia, I think. Because that's probably going to work in the same way as Cisalpine Gaul. Actually, there is a way of finding out. Let's just do a quick save and then take a look to see what exactly the difference between those two is. Colonize Corsica, consult the Senate, gains claims on Sardinia, Corsica, and Sardinia. Sardinia, Sardinia, Corsica, Corsica, Sardinia, 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 conquered Italy, versus Matter of is the generic conquest mission. Okay. And then First Provincia. Case for expansion, conquer Corsica, approach Seleucians, secure Sardinia, Sicily, Punic Sicily, land of the tyrants, breadbasket, unruly populace, settling Corsica and the First Provincia. So yes, it definitely looks like that's the Roman mission tree, whereas the Matter of is, like you say, generic. So I'm going to say not Matter of, because we have the actual mission for us. So it's going to be one of those. Do we go east into Greece? Do we go for the First Provincia and secure Sardinia, Corsica and Sicily? Or do we do the growth of Magna Graecia, which is the economic task of building up Capua and its environs? And as soon as I remember where on earth my pole system is, there it is. New pole. Which path? Question mark. Subduing Greece. First Provincia. Or growth of Magna Graecia. We'll make this a 2-minute vote because this is once again one of the big questions about the direction that our country goes into. So here we go. Subduing Greece, the First Provincia, or the growth of Magna Graecia. What should we do? Give me your opinion, Senate. And for those of you with the means, give me an even stronger opinion. Yeah, I guess the growth of is also generic, but it's different. Like, we don't have another thing which does the same thing. The reason I'm not doing the Matter of is because we literally have the First Provincia doing the same thing. Zardoz, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Sindrin, coming in with a 19-month resubscription. Thank you very much, Sindrin. Why did the Roman Empire fall? Well, the problems were legion. That was a good one. I like that one. So get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Here is your chance. Alright, the vote is in. Agent Striker contributed 50 bits. Thank you very much for that. Atos came in with 29,000 channel points. But the result is in. And Subduing Greece did not come last for the first time. I think the first time in 3 different votes. that we have done, subduing Greece did not come in last. The growth of Magna Graecia did, so it kind of sounds like you guys are getting a little tired of just building Rome up to its mighty potential. And we are, for the first time, going to start going a bit more... Well, not the first time, we've literally just been doing conquest. But the last two mission trees were more economic and build-up-y. The first provincia is the first one where we are expanding for a while. So here we go, first provincia. The islands that lay off the Italian peninsula are natural targets for expanding Rome's influence and depriving Punic and Greek colonists of the rich spoils these rugged lands hold. Conquer, subdue or colonize the islands of Corsica, Sardinia and Sicily. The case for expansion. We get claims on Sicily, Sardinia and Corsica. We have triumphed over our Italic brethren and put an end to their schemes. Now the Roman people must be convinced that further conquests are needed to bring glory to Rome. Then after that we have the Sicilian foothold. Secure the Sardinian coast. Approach Siculians, who I think are already dead. Conquer Corsica, which we are almost done. Oh, in fact, I think that one's going to be available for free once case for expansion's done. Settling Corsica will take 548 days. Okay, cool. And Emilia's going to rise up in a year and a half. But right now, let's go ahead and merge you two together again. And start you drilling. Then the engineers are here to build a road to Mediolanium. Aelius Abitius stridently advocates the conquest of Syracuse. Those Greeks are colonists, little better than the Punic grocers who abandoned their lands to rape the soil and the cities of our Sicilian brothers. It is someone succeeded where the hubristic Athenians failed. No city can long withstand the wrath of Rome. Rome gains cracking the phalanx for 60 months, siege ability +5, light cavalry offence +5, and we get claims on eastern Sicily. Syracuse would make a lovely prize. Well, in that case, stop the drilling! Head south! And we will meet in Croton. As soon as you're done building the road to Mediolanium, we'll send you south as well. Am I going to add more troops to the Legion? Not until I need to, because having more troops is expensive. Clamouring for glory! Even with our recent successes, it is surprising how quickly the people of Rome have been accustomed to the idea of our indefatigability. Spurred on by the soldiers' trinkets and soldiers, crowns proclaim the invincibility of our forces, citing them as proof that Rome is loved dearly by the gods and demanding further campaigns and conquests against our neighbours. The people demand blood! Enslavement efficiency goes up, desecrate cost modifier goes down, or it is wealth they want. Triumph cost goes down, national freeman happiness goes up. No, we're going for blood. This was obviously going for blood. Alright, you have done your job. You can stop developing roads, and then you can head down to Croton as well. And then finally, we're going to need to launch the Grand Navy, which is somewhere. Where are you? Oh, you're over there now. Okay. We'll bring you down to Croton as well. And then the other thing that has happened is we have taken this, which is probably, yes, oversubscribing the number of forts we have. So Nusaea, I don't think we need a fort here, so we'll go ahead and destroy that. And then what I might actually do is upgrade the fort in Capua to a level 2 in the same way that we have a level 2 in Rome. Oh no, we have a level 3 in Rome. In fact, in Rome we can build a bucket load of additional buildings. Let's wait until the war is done. You've got your forts. You've got yours. That's not my land. That is. You have no forts, and you probably should have one here. Except for that's the iron mine. You know what, never mind. You've got your fort guarding that pass. You have 2. Where's your other one? Oh, down here. Yeah, that's fine. Although if I got rid of this fort, then I could use a fort here instead. Although actually you're basically covering that as well. This is a really good fort position. It's kind of like this one. Because this covers access through both of these passes. And then we have a backup line of forts, which are these two. No, that's fine. You're fine. Mediolanium is still being built, but that's okay. You could probably do with being upgraded. So at some point, Semania probably needs to become a city just so we can get a bigger fort there. And then here we have one fort in aluminium. I think we need a second one here. And then you have 2, one there and one there, which is fine. Okay, so the northern fort system I think is okay. I'm mostly just double checking that we're not oversubscribing the number of forts we have. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, going back to Rome. We have a couple of free investments. What do we want to spend them on? Oh, man, your population's up to 94 already. I mean, honestly, we probably need to build another aqueduct here. And then probably another academy and another court of law. And we never did anything with you. You're allied to Epirus? Oh, you got it as a feudatory. You cheeky bugger. Yeah, we should have struck a little sooner for that spot. Never mind. Rome is getting nice and juicy for sure. Yeah, Rome's doing well. I've actually quite enjoyed this game. The hubbub of whispering senators fades as Titus Curtius stands and clears his throat theatrically. Friends, Carthaginian merchants have long enjoyed mastery of the Mediterranean trade even in Rome. Why, when we have the strength to wrest the markets of all of Italia from these foreign bean counters? Rome gains ending the Punic influence for 60 months. Ship damage done increased, shipbuilding costs reduced. We get claims on Sardinia and Western Sicily. Very stirring stuff. So how much is my navy costing at the moment? It is cheaper than the army. It's the forts that are really costing us a lot of money. I mean, to be fair, we have quite a lot of forts. Which just makes us very difficult to conquer. And I'm okay with that. I think we probably do need to invest in a bigger legion. I mean, going after Syracuse, I think we'll probably be okay. Let's bring in another supply cohort. 2 more fighting cohorts. Make that 4 more. Confirm. And you know what? For the fighting cohort, we probably should have some light infantry to act as a screen. We'll need to wait until we have money to afford that, though. And that's fine. It is currently 225 BCE. The Greco-Punic worries. The exploits of our enthusiastic senators have reached the ears of the Syracusians and Carthaginians, though our recent conquests are probably a more pressing concern for them. Some rumours go so far as to claim that the old rivals are warming to each other after centuries of war, uniting against Roman belligerents. Speaking of Roman belligerents, I don't think we're actually being belligerent at the moment. I think we're being domineering. We are. Well, let's change that to bellicose. Aggressive expansion impact goes down, fabrication speed goes up, and war score cost goes down. Rome's getting ready for war. We could stab another pig. Yeah, while I'm fighting, I really don't want to be dealing with loyalty stuff. So we'll go ahead and do that. Emilia's loyalty is really, really low, but it's ticking down really, really slowly as well. The other thing I want to take a look at is what you lot are all doing. Because Campania's got Borderlands, which is manpower. Is there anything which gives you more? No. And that's okay. So what are we doing here in the north? Harsh treatment, yeah, it's probably fine. Increasing civilization increases our population, which is fine. I mean, I'm a little surprised that we're not assimilating more aggressively in the north. Because we should be. This is still really, really overwhelmingly Gallic. Speaking of which, actually, we should go and sort this by population size. And make sure that we have the colonial occupation modifier on each of these. Because that means we're being a lot more aggressive about the assimilation efforts. And, like, it's making a difference. We are getting a large number of Romans now. Am I going to make every culture equal? Yeah, equally Roman. Boni agenda, traditional law. After a passionate speech held by Agrippa Junius Babolcus, the Boni have started asking for a law change in the Senate. It seems the words of the Agrippa have managed to convince several senators who usually disagree. So you want the Curiate Assembly, which reduces tyranny. I mean, I'm not against that. So we're currently a tribal assembly, which is corruption. That's going to be tyranny. I mean, I think I prefer the corruption because that comes up more often, but I'm not going to stand against this. It's a free law change. The Boni like us more, and it doesn't have the opposite effect, which is a minus 50 approval. Although that does bear a good point. What do these guys want? So you want to grant the holdings. I mean, actually, everyone's still pretty popular with us, and the power between them is fairly well balanced. The Popularis have been losing control. You want Lex Alia et Furfia. What's that? Conversion speed. That is not actually a terrible idea. Although we are still 80% Hellenic. Like, we are getting more Druidic in the north. But we are still massively, mostly Hellenic. So that's okay. Amelia's down to just minus 0.01. So Alps Cotier may try to rise up at some point, but you're so small I don't really care. I'll just raise a levy if I need to. And actually that's the other thing, like if we get into tough scraps, our levies are pretty big at this point. They've completely been rebuilt. And Magna Graecia is now actually a levy worth raising too. And the Legio Mordorus could become a lot bigger. Could still get like double its size. The other thing I would like to take a look at is when do I get to change... which blessing we've got. Because at this point I probably would switch to Mars. Civic's gone up. Cool. And we've got another civic advance. This is going for moral education, because we're trying to get to urban or rural planning, because that seems to be a really big option. And also reducing build costs sounds phenomenal to me, so make that happen. More important than any school of mathematics is the study of how to behave, how to apply reason to any situation. Teaching our children this at an early age will usher in a new era of philosophy. The drums of war. The mood in Rome is once again one of hopeful trepidation, of the calm before the storm, of the wistful yearning of fresh-faced soldiers for the spoils and adventure of war. Rome stands on the threshold of everlasting glory. The fate and furore of all the peoples of the world perhaps lie in our hands. Much will be decided in the coming days. Roma Invicta. Conquer Corsica. Rome subjects every own territory in the island of Corsica. We gain popularity, and we will get a colonia in Corsica, which is going to be really, really important, because the problem we've had in Corsica is not enough Romans to actually settle everything. Alright, so where do we want the colonia in Corsica? So Aleria is the biggest city right now. It is actually a really big city, despite the fact that I keep moving people around. Clearly people are moving to it. So Aleria produces honey. It's farmland. It's quite frankly a really nice spot. Sogurmium is this one. You're a little bit further inland, so you don't have the problem of needing ports. Also, Aleria is a city, whereas Sogurmium is not. It does, however, produce grain, which might be one of the major sources of food. Huzzah! Yeah, it's the only source of grain. There are a couple with fish. Ficaria, which is down here in the south, is the main crossing to Sardinia, which would bear having fortifications here. So having that become a city would be really helpful. Oh, we're not getting involved with the detailed planning. I'm actually thinking Ficaria. Although the assimilation speed of Aleria would also be really, really nice. And we can just build a city independently in Ficaria. It's just that the population difference is massive. But Ficaria is a free city. And people will move to Ficaria too. We're going to do Ficaria. We're going to go with our policy of massive city building. And then we can settle Corsica. We must look to founding the settlements along the entire coastline of Corsica to ensure no Greek or Punic settlers can gain a foothold and that the entire island pays Roman taxes. This will take us 548 days. We may as well begin it. We have secured the more hospitable parts of Corsica trodden by Greek, Phoenician and Etruscan traders. Now we should encourage the settlement of the entire island to consolidate our control, ensure it does not fall into the hands of our enemies, and that all of its resources, peoples and ports serve the Roman state. Settlers will soon depart for Corsica. Post notices in all the fora. Your country needs you! Lil Tompton coming in with a 13-month primary subscription. Thank you very much for that, Lil Tompton. Appreciate it. Philosophy. Philosophy, we want them eager to skewer Carthaginians, not looking puzzled thumbing through scrolls. Doom scrolling. Has a whole new meaning. Alright, so, armies, are we here? Where are the road builders? Sieges are still on their way down. So where are their fortifications? They don't actually have any down here. They have a fort here and here. So what I'm thinking that we do is we try to push hard for Messania with the the fighting cohort, while the sieging cohort just takes their stuff, or we get the Legion and the cohort, the Legion and the siegers going straight for this part of Syracuse, while we raise a levy to do the backfilling down here. I think that's probably a better idea. So in fact, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to raise the Magnagration levy and have them ready for duty as well. How's your general? 6. Not the best fighting, but that's okay, because that's not going to be your main job.